Goldilocks and the Three Bears. Once upon a time there were 3 bears who lived in a house in the forest. There was a great big father bear, a middle-sized mother bear and a tiny baby bear. One morning, their breakfast porridge was too hot to eat, so they decided to go for a walk in the forest. While they were out, a little girl called Goldilocks came through the trees and found their house. She knocked on the door and, as there was no answer, she pushed it open and went inside. In front of her was a table with 3 chairs, 1 large chair, 1 middle-sized chair and 1 small chair. On the table were 3 bowls of porridge, 1 large bowl, 1 middle-sized bowl and 1 small bowl, and 3 spoons. Goldilocks was hungry and the porridge looked good, so she sat in the great big chair, picked up the large spoon and tried some of the porridge from the big bowl. But the chair was very big and very hard, the spoon was heavy and the porridge too hot. Goldilocks jumped off quickly and went over to the middle-sized chair. But this chair was far too soft, and when she tried the porridge from the middle-sized bowl it was too cold. So she went over to the little chair and picked up the smallest spoon and tried some of the porridge from the tiny bowl. This time it was neither too hot nor too cold. It was just right and so delicious that she ate it all up. But she was too heavy for the little chair and it broke in pieces under her weight. Next Goldilocks went upstairs, where she found 3 beds. There was a great big bed, a middle-sized bed and a tiny little bed. By now she was feeling rather tired. So she climbed into the big bed and lay down. The big bed was very hard and far too big. Then she tried the middle-sized bed, but that was far too soft. So she climbed into the tiny little bed. It was neither too hard nor too soft. In fact, it felt just right, all cozy and warm. And in no time at all Goldilocks fell fast asleep. In a little while, the 3 bears came back from their walk in the forest. They saw at once that pushed open the door of their house and Father Bear looked around. Then roared with a growly voice. Mother Bear said in a quiet, gentle voice, "Somebody has been sitting in my chair." Then Little Bear said in small, squeaky baby voice, "Somebody has been sitting in my chair and Na's broken it." Then Father Bear looked at his bowl of porridge and saw the spoon in it and he said in his great big growly voice, "Somebody has been eating my porridge." Then Mother Bear saw that her bowl had a spoon in it, and said in her quiet voice, "Somebody has been eating my porridge." Little Bear looked at his porridge bowl and said in his small squeaky baby voice, "Somebody has been eating my porridge, and has eaten it all up." Then the 3 bears went upstairs, and Father Bear saw at once that his bed was untidy, and he said in his great big growly voice, "Somebody has been sleeping in my bed." Mother Bear saw that her bed, too, had the bedclothes turned back, and she said in her quiet gentle voice, "Somebody has been sleeping in my bed." Then Little Bear looked at his bed and said in his small squeaky baby voice, "Somebody is sleeping in my bed." He squeaked so loudly that Goldilocks woke up with a start. She jumped out of bed, and away she ran, down the stairs and out into the forest. And the 3 bears never saw her again. Once upon a time there were 3 bears, who lived together in a house of their own in a wood. One of them was a little, small wee bear, one was a middle-sized bear, and the other was a great, huge bear. One day, after they had made porridge for their breakfast, they walked out into the wood while the porridge was cooling. And while they were walking, a little girl came into the house. This little girl had golden curls that tumbled down her back to her waist, and everyone called her by Goldilocks. Goldilocks went inside. First she tasted the porridge of the great, huge bear, and that was far too hot for her. And then she tasted the porridge of the middle bear, and that was too cold for her. And then she went to the porridge of the little, small wee bear, and tasted that. And that was neither too hot nor too cold, but just right, and she liked it so well, that she ate it all up. Then Goldilocks went upstairs into the bedchamber, and first she lay down upon the bed of the great, huge bear. And then she lay down upon the bed of the middle bear, and finally she lay down upon the bed of the little, small wee bear. And that was just right. So she covered herself up comfortably, and lay there until she fell fast asleep. By this time, the 3 bears thought their porridge would be cool enough, so they came home to breakfast. "Somebody has been at my porridge," said the great huge bear, in his great huge voice. "Somebody has been at my porridge," said the middle bear, in his middle voice. Then the little, small wee bear looked at his, and there was the spoon in the porridge pot, but the porridge was all gone. "Somebody has been at my porridge, and has eaten it all up," said the little, small wee bear, in his little, small wee voice. Then the 3 bears went upstairs into their bedroom. "Somebody has been lying in my bed," said the great, huge bear, in his great, rough, gruff voice. "Somebody has been lying in my bed," said the middle bear, in his middle voice. And when the little, small, wee bear came to look at his bed, upon the pillow there was a pool of golden curls, and the angelic face of a little girl snoring away, fast asleep. "Somebody has been lying in my bed, and here she is," said the little, small wee bear, in his little, small wee voice. Goldilocks jumped off the bed and ran downstairs, out of the door and down the garden path. She ran until she reached the house of her grandmama. When she told her grandmama about the house of the 3 bears who lived in the wood, her granny said, My, what a wild imagination you have, child.